Hi there, I'm George, and I am a GenXGrownUp. We came out here today to this beautiful park so we could take out our latest toy, the HC628 Dreamfly Pocket Drone, and give her a test flight. So let's get this little lady in the air and see how she does. So on the left-hand side of the controller, we have the throttle stick, which allows you to gain or decrease your altitude, as well as spin left or right on the yaw axis. The D-pad in the middle is for your trim button, so if your drone is drifting forward, back, left, or right, you would press the opposite trim button to bring it back into play. The left-hand bumper is the speed control, which allows you to go from normal flight mode to racing flight. On the right-hand side of the controller, we have the right directional stick, which allows you to tilt forward, back, left, or right for direction flight. The 4 buttons have both short and long press functions. For the top button, the short press is an instant photo grab. The long press is to start or stop video. The right hand button for the short press is a 1-key landing, and for the long press is a 1-key takeoff and hover. The bottom button has a short press for an emergency stop, and the long press is a 1-key calibration function. The left button for short press is headless mode, and the long press is a 1-key return to home mode. The bumper on the upper right is your 3D 360-degree flip button. You press that once, then press your right stick for forward, backward, left, or right 360-degree flips. And here we go. That's the speed mode there. Got some pretty good maneuverability. We've seen the 3D flip, so with the 1-button control. All in all, it's a pretty nice little drone. It maneuvers as well as my X400W drone, which is a good deal larger and a lot less portable. The record still looks good. The camera is a 720p camera, which is nice. It does photo, stills, and video. That's very maneuverable, very responsive at decent distances. Now, the vertical is not as strong as the X400. Descent is a little quirky, as you can see. It's kind of slow, really. So it looks like the barometer function that keeps the altitude at a specific length is going to slightly degrade your climb and descent on the vertical axis. But maneuverability with the speed button engaged is really nice. Given how this is performing so far, this would actually be a really good beginner drone. You can also see that it's got a little bit of drift in it. And we have some people shooting at our drone next door. So with a little bit of drift, there are some trim buttons on the remote, and those actually seem to work pretty well. A lot of drones have the trim buttons. I won't say that they usually work well, but you can see now I'm completely hands off on the stick, and the drone is actually flying pretty well. All right, so let's see if we can land this thing and take her on home. All right. So I would say that that was a pretty successful flight. All right, so we're back. We just got through flying our HC628 Dreamfly pocket drone. It was a lot of fun today. Had a great time with it. I'm going to start off with the first category of portability, and in this drone's case, it's an easy 5 out of 5 props for the portability. It easily fit in my pocket. The controller fit in the other pocket, so we had no problem. Stability, I'm going to go with 3 props out of 5. It does get pushed around by the wind a little bit, but it did still hold its own ground, and the hovering with the altitude barometer worked perfectly. Maneuverability, we're going to go with a 3 prop out of 5 as well. On normal flight mode, the controls are a little sluggish, but it did work really well. On the racing mode, it was much more responsive. However, I wouldn't recommend the racing mode for when you're doing video or pictures in your flights. So let's go with the Android app for the next category. That's going to be 4 out of 5 props. The Android app installed incredibly quickly from the QR code in the manual on my LG V10 cell phone. Had no problem with connecting once the Wi-Fi signal was there, and it handled the record functions. There's also a first-person view flight mode available through the app. I didn't test that out yet, but I will the next time I fly it. The controller, I'm going to also give it 4 out of 5 props. The trim buttons on the left of the controller and the one touch buttons on the right side of the controller give a lot of nice functionality that other controllers in drones of this size don't. The auto takeoff and landing button was really helpful. The home button worked really well. So flight time, I'm going to give flight time 3 out of 5 props. The only reason why I'm giving it 3 instead of 4 is because I enjoyed flying the drone so much that I wish the batteries could have handled a little bit more. The batteries that came with this drone are 650 mAh. I have some 850 mAh with a jumper cable that I can use to connect this drone, so I'll probably do that for the next time. I'll have to make some modifications to the battery compartment to get that to work, but I think we'll get probably 12 to 15 minutes worth of flight time with those larger batteries. So cost is going to be our final category. I've been able to find this drone on Amazon and other outlets for $45 to $50 depending upon the package and the reseller. That's very reasonable for a drone of this size, and the portability of this drone makes it a no-brainer. But I'm going to give cost probably a 3 because I think this drone would be a little bit more popular if it was in the $30 to $35 price range. But for right now, at the time of this video, it's between $45 and $50. So a little bit on the high side for it. So overall, when you add all those up and average them out, we end up with the HC628 pocket drone having a 3.5 out of 5 prop rating. Very fun drone, a very good starter drone for those of you looking to get into the drone market for the first time. Very easy to use, so I think you'd enjoy it if you pick one up. So this is George for GenXGrownUp, and don't forget that if you like this video, please subscribe and share and do all that fun stuff down below. We really appreciate your support, and we enjoy making these videos, so you keep sharing and watching, and we'll keep creating. Bye for now.
Don't you know that you're a grown up?